Hello, welcome to my channel today. This is a King's Tutor. Okay, it's the first time I'm joining us. Kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Okay, now in the previous video we saw single entry. We have been looking at the series in single entry. We saw the introduction, and we also saw how to convert single entry to double entry, which also means how to prepare the final account from incomplete records. Okay, we saw how to do it, the format involved in the previous video. If you have not seen that, check below this video in my YouTube channel. You'll see a link there. Watch that advice before this. Okay, now I want to look at the actual question on how to prepare this. Now the question said, the following is summary of the cash book of John for the year ended 31st March 2004. Now this is the cash book, the debit side and the credit side. Now this additional information: stock, debtors, creditors, accrued salaries, prepaid rent. Now this first April 2004 and this 31st March 2005. Okay, they say you're required to prepare the final account, which also means to convert from single entry to double entry. Because to prepare final account, we need sales, we need purchases, which is not provided here. Okay, so we're going to use those steps in the previous video on how to convert single entry to double entry to solve this. Okay, now the first step we said we have to prepare opening statement of affairs. The statement of affairs is prepared to get our capital. Okay, so we're going to do that now. Said the owner is John, so we say statement of affairs as at the beginning of the year. We're going to use the beginning date 1st for 2004. Okay. So we'll start. Now this side comprises of our assets and we'll have our liabilities here. Now our assets, if we check here, we'll have the stock, which is 5,600. We're using the first date for opening capital. Remember, I said that in the previous video. 5,600. The next one is debtors, which is 12,020. Okay, now creditors will be our liability. Creditors, which is 9,800. Accrued salary, it's a current liability. So that's accrued expenses. Accrued salaries, which is 4,200. Now I have prepaid rent, which is a current asset. So prepaid rent. How much is it? 440. Now, if you check in this cash book, now whenever you're giving something like check in the cash book, they say the cash book is at 31st March 2004. But this is at April 2004. But the balancing figure was brought from previous year, which was brought from this to this. Okay, so the balancing figure would be for this year. The balancing figure would be for this. Okay, so the balancing figure, which is cash, as at the beginning, please, not the end. The beginning should be here also. Which is cash, 23,430. Okay, so if we add up this, subtract this from it, it will give us our capital. Okay, so adding up this, we'll have value as 41,490. And if you add this, subtract it from 41,490, you're supposed to have capital, which is 27,490. So that when you add this together, it will give us the same thing as 1,490. Okay, so that is that aspect. So this is our capital that will be needed in the balance sheet. Okay, so the next one, if you follow our step in the previous video, that's why I advise you to watch that. The step, I said the first step, prepare opening statement of affair. The second one, you should analyze the cash book. Why are we analyzing the cash book? To see if there is receipt from debtors or drawings. And now, this is the cash book. This is cash from debtors, it is there. And this is drawings, it is there. Okay, so we are satisfied. Okay, now move to the next step. The next step means sets to prepare control accounts. And while we're preparing control account to get our sales and what purchases. Okay, so we'll prepare the debtors control account. The debtors control account. Now in this now, we're going to check. Now from here, they say cash from debtors. So it means they receive cash from debtor. Everything that concerns debtor will be posted there to get our credit sales. So they say cash from debtor. So if they receive from debtor, it means the debtor's paid. So we'll have cash as 182,350. Okay. So the next one is this part. Our debtors at the beginning and debtors at the end. I said it before, the debtors have a debit balance. So the one at the beginning becomes our balance brought forward. So we have balance brought forward as 12,020. Okay, why this at the end will be our balance carried down as 9,080. So that the corresponding entry reflect again the what? The 9,880. So is there another item concerning debt from there? And even there is bad debt or discount allowed, we post it. Okay? So there is none. So we'll add this. If we add this, we'll have 192,230. So we deduct this, supposed to have the same balance. So deduct this from this, we'll have our credit sales. That is the reason for preparing this. Okay? Putting all this so that is the reason for preparing this. So this minus this will give us 180,210. Okay? So that is the debtors control account. The next one, we prepare the creditors control account. And the creditors control account is for all our account that concern the creditor. Okay? Now in this now, also in the cash book, they say cash paid to creditor. It means if they pay the creditor received. So right here, cash, which is 110,560. Okay, so we'll come here. Also, creditor have two balances, opening and closing. All creditors have a credit balance. So the opening one will go to the credit side as the balance brought forward. So we have balance brought forward. Creditor, which is what? 9,800. Okay, the one at the end will come here also as our balance carried down as 10,510. If there are other things that concern the creditor, like discounts received, okay, it will be here. So, but since there is none, so our balancing figure will be our credit purchases. So if we add this together, it will give us 121,070. Okay? So if we deduct this from this, our balancing figure will be 111,270. So that it will now give us 121,70. Okay? So that is a creditor control account. So that is the third step. The first, opening statement of affairs. The second, we have analyzed the cash book for receipt from debtor and cash drawings. The third is to prepare the control account. And the fourth is to prepare adjustment. adjustment relates to those items that are either owing or prepaid or depreciation. Okay, so if we check here now, we'll have accrued salaries and prepaid rent. So we have to adjust them before we prepare our trading profit or loss account. Okay, so this now, the first one is salary. So it will have salaries. Amounts paid. Now check here, they paid salary 10,800. So it will be 10,800. Now, watch. The essence of preparing this adjustment is so it can reflect the actual value in the trading profit or loss account. And the trading profit or loss account is prepared at the end. Okay? So it means it will carry this date. So for accrued now, when it is at that present date, which is this, it's supposed to be added. But other dates apart from that is not the present date should do the reverse. So for accrued, since we are adding for the 31st, now for the first we will be towards to less. So we said add accrued of 31st. Put it like that, accrued of 31st. So which is 750. So this will give us 11,550. Now say less accrued of first, which is this 4,200. This is 5. This is 3. This is 7. So this is what will go to our profit or loss account. Okay? So that is for salary. So the same thing for our prepaid rent. So we say rent, amounts paid. How much they pay? They pay rent here as 5,700. Okay? Now, they pay as 5,700. Now, prepaid also for the current year, you less. But other dates that is not the current year, you want to add. So, prepaid rent, now we say less prepaid for 31st, which is 670. So, we have 0, we have 3, 0, 5. Okay, now say add prepaid for first, which is 440. We have 0, 7, 4, and 5. So this will go to profit or loss as rent. Okay, so that is salaries and rent. So there is no depreciation. We would have done that. Okay. So we have done the fourth step, which is the preparation of our adjustment. So now let's go to preparation of the final account, which is the trading profit or loss account, and also the balance sheet. So we are going to clean this part. So take cognizance of the value of capital, because we need it, capital and our sales and our purchases. Okay, stay tuned. Now let's prepare the trading profit or loss account. Okay. Now remember the first item here for trading profit or loss account will be our opening stock. We have stock here at the beginning and the end. This is opening and this is closing. So we have opening stock as 5,600. Okay. So we say add purchases. And purchases will be the one in our debt creditors control account. Okay, I wrote it out as 111,270. The one we solved using creditors figure. So if we add up, we'll have 07861. Okay? Now there is no carriage inward, no return outward. So the next thing is just to less closing stock. Our closing stock will be 1 at the end. We split our 400. So we have 074311. Okay? So at the right hand side will be our sales. And the sales is the one we conducted using the debtors figure. We wrote it out as 18210. 18210. Okay? So there's no other item. No return inward. So I'm going to less. Now 18210 minus this will give us a gross profit. I'm supposed to carry it down. This and this supposed to be the same. Okay? So 18210 minus this will give us this, which is 66,740. That's our gross profit. So we bring it down as gross profit brought down 66,740. Now this part will be our expenses. Okay, so we'll come to the cash book. What are the expenses that was paid? Salaries. Now you should be careful. Whichever one expenses you check if there was adjustment that was made. Now our salaries, we cannot post this because we did adjustment. So we look at adjustment for salary. Look at what is coming here. The profit was 7,350. So our salary 7,350. Okay. Postage, there was no adjustment. So we just post it like that. Postage is as 2,400. Now general expenses, there was no adjustment. So we just write general expenses as 12,340. The next one, drawings will not come there. Rent, there was adjustment. We adjusted and this one is coming 5,470. So I have rent 5,470. I think that's the adjustment. Okay, so if we add up all this as 66,740. We add up this and deduct from 66,740 to give us our net profit. So our net profit will be 39,180. Okay, 66,740. So when you add it, will give you this. Okay, to get the net profit, you added all these expenses and deduct it from the gross profit. Okay, so that is our trading profit and loss account. So it's remaining the balance sheet. Okay, so I have balance sheet as at 31st March 2005. Now, the first thing we'll have is capital at the left hand. Our capital, the one we got from statement of affairs, is 27,490. Write it down. Now, but in this question, they gave us something like additional capital here. So we're going to add it also. But it is not always like that. Most times it is not there. Okay? So we have additional capital. 60,000. So add up, we have 09478. Now the next one is add net profit. This net profit 39,180 39,180. 0,766 12. Okay. Now say less drawings. The drawings 25,000. This is 0,76101. Okay. So at the right hand side will be our assets. So our assets here, remember we are posting only item at the 31st March. At 31st. Okay. So our asset will be stock. The closing stock is 34. Debtors 9,880. Creditors will come to the liabilities. Liabilities. We have creditors 10,510. Now accrued salary. Accrued salary is a current liability. So we have accrued salary 750. Prepaid rent. Prepaid rent is a current asset. So we have prepaid rent 670. Okay. Now in this cash book now, the balance carried down here is the current one. So it will be what's the recent cash in hand. So we have cash. That's 8,980. Okay, so those are the items. So let's add up. This now it give us 112,930. The same way, if you add this and add this and add this, it will give us 112,930. So it balances automatically. Okay, so it balances automatically. So that's how to prepare give the question solution of converting single entry to double entry. That's a question, okay? And also prepare final account from single entry and incomplete records, okay? Remember I said opening statement of affairs, next one analyze the cash book, third one prepare the control account, fourth one adjustment, and finally the final account, okay? So that's what we have done. So you can watch it through. Okay? So in the next video, we're going to advance and see other things. Okay? Please support me, and the only way you can support me is to subscribe if you have not done that. Like this video, comment, so that others seeing it, it will show in your timeline. Okay? And also share to those that need this. Thank you very much.